I'm going to ask you one more football question here because yesterday was the 1 year anniversary of the Dolphins naming Mike McDaniel as their head coach. So we are one full calendar year in. And I know, obviously, the more seasons will have a better answer. But after one season, can you say the Dolphins got that hire right?
It's tough, but I think they got it right because of the future. That's why they got it right. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, we had, in the equal season, he did make the playoffs, which is very positive. But I'm saying that at one point, I saw the meme that him and, what's the coach before him? They had the same record.
Brian Flores.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, Brian Flores and Mike McDaniel had the same record. They were 8-8. We were 8-8. Or we were 7-7. They were 8-8. So it really didn't, we made the playoffs. I think they got the hire right at the end of the day. Let's go with that. You got a 38-year-old head coach who has a future. Now he should have his defensive coordinator that he wanted in place. I think it's a positive, and we're going to come out on the better end, but. That's because of the future, because he's a young cat. If he was an older cat, I don't know if I'd be saying the same thing. And just because he has longevity, I mean, you'll give him at least, 4 or 5 years before we say, hey, this didn't work out or this did work out. But after 1 year, yes, we got it right.
And just more context to that, OG, do you, I guess, I don't say excuse, but do you take into account that if Tua was healthy, it would have looked way different this season? Or is that on him? You have a quarterback, he gets hurt, you should be prepared with your backup quarterback. Like Tua's injury history, do you take that into account, evaluate McDaniel?
I really don't, because it's the same thing. If Barry Sanders had Emmitt Smith O-line, I get all that, but that didn't happen. So we got to go with what happened. And so, I mean, if Tua played, it's just like my load management theory for Tua next year. Like, don't let him play these 3 games because the D-line is a back-to-back and 2 road games. Sit him out. But, how can you do that? Because, he could get injured in any game. So, you got to go with what you got, and we got numbers. We saw it. I mean, we would like to say if Tua had played and didn't get a headache, we'd won, the games. But he played in the 3 road games. He played San Francisco. He played Chargers. He played Buffalo. I mean, those were the good games. Those are the games we need him to play. We wouldn't want. I'd probably say don't play. If I had a choice, oh no, rest, don't play. Detroit, Chicago, and Houston. Don't play those 3 games because we're going to win those games with Teddy Bridgewater. No, I want you to play the San Francisco Chargers and Buffalo game. These the real people. This for real. And he played. And we got the results. So no, I can't take that into consideration. I'm going to take it for what it is. We made the playoffs, which was the goal. And I said at the beginning of the season we'd make the playoffs, and we did. But, going up there, some things that reared its ugly head at the end of the season I thought would happen, and I, for all intents and purposes, I wish it had happened earlier so we could have fixed it. The play clock calling, the handling of the situation, the calls. Like I said, still makes me upset is that 3rd and 19. Just call a draw, man. Please just call a draw. Don't even call a pass play. Don't do it. Don't put him in that position. Don't put your 3rd string quarterback in that position where he think, oh, I see Tyreek, he's open. He triple covered over there. They want you to throw it over there. It's a trap. Just call a draw. We up 7, punt the ball. Defense playing well, but listen, maybe he wasn't thinking like that. Maybe the shot clock got down and he had to, make a call, and that was in this 3rd down highlighted area. So, I mean, listen, we won on the coach, and hopefully, as the years go on, we get better and better and better.
Oronde Gadsden, our faux Radio Row, Poe Radio Row. We appreciate you making time for us. We appreciate you putting the phone deep into the ear socket to hear what we were saying. And also, happy Fettuccine Alfredo Day.
Bryant.
Today is
I'm not a big...
Oh, gee, that was a good joke, man.
That is a funny joke.
I didn't leave Lane Bryant, but I was going to get my popcorn from the movie theater, and so y'all distracted me from that. So I gotta go back in and get that.
Oh, gee, what the hell do you do in a mall on a Tuesday at 2?
Go get popcorn, the butter kind, the good kind, because they're making it now. See, when you get there at 7:30 after the show, that thing been sitting there since 2, but mine gonna be fresh because mine right after the matinee. That's what they call it in French.
Oronde Gadsden. See you, Oronde.
All right, man. Later.
There you go. Oronde Gadsden. Faux Radio Row. It delivered everything I imagined it to be, and no conversation about National Fettuccine Alfredo Day.